What's up, Webtoon fans? Welcome to a new video series called Deep Dives, where we provide a comprehensive analysis of Webtoon series protagonists. For this episode, we are deep diving into the main character in Hardcore Leveling Warrior, Wonho Gong, known as Ethan in the English version. Our breakdown of Ethan is divided into 4 categories: his biography, physical appearance, personality, and powers. Before we get started, this is your spoiler warning if you are not up to date with this series. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Biography. In the beginning, we are introduced to Ethan maniacally laughing and basking in his glory as the #1 ranked player in Lucid Adventure, a virtual reality MMORPG you play while you sleep. In the game, he is known as Hardcore Leveling Warrior, an egotistical jerkwad who's infamous for being an all-star player with the best gear. His arrogance and deceitfulness draw the ire of many players. However, Ethan's misdeeds come back to haunt him when he's stripped of all his power after being killed by a mysterious female character disguised as a noob named Choco Pork Stew. Now totally vulnerable, having respawned back to level 1, an angry mob gangs up on him and beats him to a pulp. Thus, Ethan's real journey begins with the realization that he's no longer the best player in Lucid Adventure, and a vow to find the one who did this to him. Of course, Ethan wasn't automatically blessed with his former #1 ranking. To understand how he got there in the first place, we need to go way back to even before he discovered Lucid Adventure. In the waking world, Ethan was an extremely unlucky individual. He lost his parents in a car crash at an early age, endured years of bullying, and eventually dropped out of school. He started working at a convenience store and got into a boatload of gambling debt. At this point, he gets tangled up with private moneylender Chairman Kim, who also happens to be a lucid adventurer. To repay Chairman Kim $40,000, Ethan starts dreaming up a scheme by playing the MMORPG himself. Suddenly, Ethan's world is turned upside down when he finds himself as the luckiest and wealthiest person in Lucid Adventure. From rags to riches, he's no longer a sad loser, Ethan Gong, but the #1 ranked player, Hardcore Leveling Warrior. Appearance in real life and Lucid Adventure. Ethan has 2 major looks: his actual body and his Lucid Adventure avatar. In real life, Ethan has messy black hair, often sporting bags underneath his eyes. Probably because he sleeps all day. We mostly see him wearing a black long-sleeve shirt paired with turquoise jeans. In Lucid Adventure, however, Hardcore Leveling Warrior has long, spiky red hair and starts off with a rare and shiny, full-body golden armor. His facial features are similar to his in-real-life self, but he's often mischievously grinning from ear to ear. When he loses all his items and reverts back to level 1, his garments are much humbler and change depending on the loot he finds as he slowly climbs the ranking system of the game. Personality. In the start of the series, Hardcore Leveling Warrior's personality is famously unpleasant and antagonistic. Across Lucid Adventure, he's scorned and mistrusted due to his rude and arrogant behavior. Ironically, the reactions of other players only add fuel to his cocky attitude. Ethan is your typical anti-hero. Audiences root for him, while waiting in gleeful anticipation of his comeuppance. But was Ethan always this way? Not exactly. During his very first uphill trudge to rank #1, he was badly burned by a former guild member. This bad experience made him deeply skeptical of others. He eventually believed he could only trust himself and his extreme luck, constantly making risky bets and daring wagers, and more resembling his in-real-life struggles with gambling. To quote one of Ethan's recent party members, Dark, he's a guy who doesn't play a losing game. During the Zara Guild arc, Ethan was a lot more distant and reserved, worried about what others would think of him if they knew his real-life debt situation. Back then, he was still stubborn and just as ambitious, but there was a sensitive side to him. When Hermes body blocks a monster attack for Ethan, he gets emotional and even cries as he thanks her. In the past, he trusted his guild members and even considered them good friends, looking forward to the adventures they would take together. Aww, look at shy Ethan. So, is this part of Ethan completely gone by the time we meet him in episode 1? As we can see in early episodes, he saved Sora when he was ranked #3, though he doesn't remember it. There's even another time he protects Sora by body blocking an attack from Giga. similar to how his past guild members saved him. As the series and his journey with his newfound party members continue, his cold, lone wolf heart slowly remembers its softer, more considerate side, defending teammates and allowing himself to open up to the people around him. Powers. Ethan has many abilities in Lucid Adventure, as his years spent gambling away his savings actually come in handy for his job class in the game. Let's take a look at some of his skills. Gambler. As a gambler class, Ethan relies on his high luck stat to reach the top. Betting, one of the unique abilities of this class, allows a gambler to obtain stats, skills, money, or unique items as a reward for winning at the game's formal PK, which is a regulated form of PvP. Absolute Luck. Ethan's personal attribute, Absolute Luck, is a passive skill that gives him immense luck. The dude's already so lucky, but this passive just makes him stacked. He's drowning in good fortune. All Stat. All Stat is a rank given to players with all their stats maxed out. Ethan was able to achieve All Stat rank through his Gambler class skill from winning bets with players. Typically, players can't max out all their skills, which means Ethan is in the minority with this trait. Min-maxing? Huh. What's that? Lucky Coin. A gambler's main skill is flipping lucky coins, which grant random buffs and debuffs. Heads raises stats. Tails lowers stats or gives no effect. This can be applied to both the user's party, or opponents. When used correctly, it can be a powerful strategy tool. All In. Ethan's ultimate skill is All In, where he chucks all his lucky coins into a slot machine. This allows him the potential to deal massive damage, ranging from 0 to 99,999. Borrow. Ethan can borrow skills and stats from his party members. This can be seen in his fight against Canes, when Ethan asks to borrow Sora's strength. She's drained of her power temporarily, but it's enough for Ethan to win the match. This gives him a tactical advantage over opponents. Useful, right? Nightmarization. Nightmarization is actually a bug in Lucid Adventure that sharply raises the user's stats and infuses their attacks with the power of Nightmare, which nullifies all defenses. Ethan was exposed to this bug during the Zara Guild arc, which nightmarized the entire guild. The prolonged use of this corrupts the user and puts them at risk of being banned from the game. Forever. Ethan's ginormous luck, combined with his skill as a gambler, gives him unlimited potential to be the strongest and greatest player in the game. He doesn't need to be a wizard to spit fireballs or a berserker to shred his enemies like Parmesan. If he wins his bets, he can gain gazillions of skills, stats, and items. So as long as he plays his cards right, Ethan can surpass anyone, even himself. Despite his high roller nature, Ethan is not one to let the chips fall where they may. Although his life was full of unfair circumstances, he realizes that he has the chance to make up for his awful real life in his VR life inside Lucid Adventure. Having experienced numerous losses, he's unwavering to fate, even if it means a 0.000000000000001 chance of winning. But let's be real. If he wasn't a winner, there'd be no story. Although initially Ethan was vexing, we now know that his behavior was a guard to protect himself. Ethan has come a long way, growing both physically and emotionally strong. Caring for others has prepared him to become even more powerful than the first time he ranked number 1, as he finds his real strength in order to protect the people and things he values most in life, even if that life isn't really real. The feelings and the friends are the realest. Now tell us, what character should we do a deep dive of next? And which epic moments from Hardcore Leveling Warrior are your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more Webtoon content. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you all next time.